I can't believe it is the last week of the Sophisticated Declutter. It's week 26 where it is a buffer week. So you can use this week however you want. It's possible you're completely done, but most likely, even if you feel like you've gone through all the spaces, maybe you want to use this week for another quick sweep. There could be a space that we didn't cover that you need to go back and cover, or there could be something that you fell behind on. Go back and do that. If not, and you have children, week 26, I'm suggesting for our buffer week to go through and declutter kids' toys and anything else kid related. When you're going through kids' items, I would highly encourage you to get your kids involved pretty much no matter what age they are. Of course, young babies can't do much to help you declutter, but even young toddlers can get involved and you can have a conversation with them about how we sometimes need to get rid of things that we don't love anymore and we aren't playing with to make space for new toys and new things. If your kids are older and can do a lot of this on their own with your support maybe, that would be a great option as well. But the note is to get them as involved as possible, really just kind of depending on the age that they're at and what's appropriate for them. I know this is a pain point for so many parents. Since I'm a newer mom, I've quickly discovered how quickly toys can accumulate and how many things you can just get in your house and how much clutter you can have in all different spaces. I like to try and keep things contained in just a few areas throughout the house so they're not taking over everywhere. But beyond that, the idea of just having so many toys for your kids, there are plenty of studies out there showing that the less toys your kids have, the better off they are, for a multitude of reasons. Number one, too many toys is overstimulating. They don't know what to play with when they have too many things. That might seem kind of counterintuitive. They might actually sit there and look at all of their toys and not know where to start. So by reducing the amount of clutter, you take away that overstimulation and that thinking process for them, and they just have those few things they love and cherish and really like to play with. Some people accomplish this by doing a toy rotation. If you haven't heard of a toy rotation, it's basically pulling a large segment of the toys that you own and putting it into some storage area where it's out of sight, out of mind for your kids, and having just a few things out there for your children to play with, and then rotating maybe on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, whatever works for you, your family, and your kids, and letting them start to play with different toys so they almost feel like they're brand new again and every toy gets a little bit of love. If you choose to implement the toy rotation, try not to take it too far and have a huge backstock and storage cabinet of extra toys. The idea is that you still want it to be toys that your children are loving and using. So I have a few questions that might be helpful for you and your kids to work through that I'm going to list out on the screen here as you're going through kids' toys and trying to declutter as much as you can. We've gone through 25, 26 weeks of this declutter now, so you know some of the basic questions like, is it broken? Does it still work? Is it in good condition? Do my children actually like playing with it? Again, if you have really young kids, you can kind of observe what they're gravitating towards and what toys they're ignoring. Are there missing parts or pieces? Is it age appropriate for your child? Do you have duplicates of that type of toy that you could reduce the clutter that way and your child only needs one of that specific type of toy? And then there are a few other questions you can go through from a parent perspective. I know these things are important to me. I like to make sure that the toys I'm bringing into our house do something for us and for my kids. So I like to make sure that they help foster learning in some way or help burn off energy. I of course like when it offers an opportunity for creativity and toys that can be used in multiple different ways by multiple different ages, different genders, all of those things, because as I'm having multiple kids here, those types of things are important for me. And of course, not every toy is going to be used by every kid at every single age, but having toys that can kind of span different age ranges and different types of kids is another great way to reduce clutter. A quick plug here, Love Every toys are my favorite if you're looking for long-term toys that help with your kids' learning, are developmentally appropriate, and last a long time. If you are going through this process and finding that you have a bunch of broken toys with missing parts and pieces and things that broke off, Love Every toys are my favorite. I do have a link in the description box below if you're interested in trying their play kits if you have young babies and toddlers. They are the best toys. I'm so happy we started with them. But I wish you luck on this week. I know it can be so overwhelming. If you stuck around for the entire Sophisticated Declutter and you've made it this far, huge kudos and congratulations. Seriously, please leave a comment below because I want to congratulate you if you've made it. Let me know that you worked your way through or how close you got and if you're going to work your way back, because even though it's over and I'm not going to be sharing these videos anymore, I'm still here to support you and cheer you on, and you can loop back if you started a little bit late, things got in the way, whatever happened. Bring this declutter all the way to its conclusion so you can say you decluttered your entire house and you feel like every single space has had a refresh and is feeling clean and clutter-free. Also, now that this challenge is done, if there are other things you want to see on my channel, please let me know that as well. But until next time, I will see you all later.